All right, the wrap-up show, a absolute heartbreaker for the Padres in Milwaukee on Thursday night to kick off this 4-game road series against the Brewers, and it's become the road trip from hell for the Padres, who are winless in their first 4 games, and now they'll face Corbin Burns, by the way, on Friday with Joe Musgrove on the mound. So you have that. Padres lose. Taylor Rogers was bad. There's a lot to get into. Trent Grisham's play there in the 9th inning. Bob Melvin's decision to leave Taylor Rogers out there, maybe a bat or two long. And then you have Jim, who watched the Warriors tonight. I don't even know if he turned the Padres on. And the Warriors lost game 1 to the Celtics, and Jim is pretending like the world is over, even though it's a best-of-7 series. So it's the wrap-up show with John and Jim. Let me just say this, then the floor is going to be Jim's. Jim can go wherever he wants. It's the wrap-up show with
John. You really want to do
Jim.
that? You really want to do that?
Not really. Please subscribe to this channel. We have exclusive year-round Padres content for you on good days and on bad days. You have to subscribe to this channel if you're a Padres fan. That's the only requirement. Please make sure to hit the notification bell. Please smash the like button for us. Please follow us on Twitter as well, at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD, at John and Jim. If you want to make sure we get your comment tonight, please use the super chat. I think there will be a lot of comments on this heartbreaking, disappointing, miserable game. Padres lose 5-4. Felt wrapped up at 4-1. They lose, and Jim, you look kind of disheveled. How are you tonight?
Well, I did see the 9th inning. That was fucking bullshit. And to not win that game, that's the worst loss of the season by far. You're up 4-1. You have Taylor Rogers in there, and you give up the lead. You give a trip. It's unacceptable. Unacceptable. Now you lost 4 in a row. You'll be lucky to win a game on this trip. I mean, the way that this offense is playing tonight was good, but you score 4 runs, you better win that game. You better win that game. And that 9th inning was unacceptable. So,
okay, yeah. So that's your Padres take. We're going to get into it, obviously, over the next hour. We want to hear from our viewers. Obviously, people are here for the Padres, but if you want to vent because you have no real shoulder to cry on when it comes to the Warriors, and you're probably just talking to yourself. I don't even know what you're talking about. Okay, here's where we're going to go. We want to hear from Padres fans. We see you making your way in. Again, if you want to make sure we get your comment, you can use the super chat. Please subscribe. We have content for you, Padres fans. This is where I want to start. So Taylor Rogers, if you think about his last couple of outings, Jim, there was the homer allowed against the Pirates at home. There was a 10th inning spot, but there was the runner at second base, all right. And then there was tonight. What I'm noticing with Taylor Rogers is if he can't throw a slider, he's in trouble because he's got no other pitch other than his fastball. So he gives up a lead single on a fastball. I thought it was a decent pitch. It was a 2-seamer away. And then he couldn't find his fastball or slider. He hits consecutive batters. The bases are loaded, nobody out. Now, the streak continues.
Fuck.
So the question there, bases loaded, nobody out. I'll start with you, Jim, before I give you my 2 cents. Taylor Rogers was 17 for 19 in save opportunities with like a 1.8 ERA, maybe even lower than that. I don't think, and I saw there was a lot of criticism in hindsight, now that we know that the Padres lost this game and there was that bases clearing triple. There was a lot of criticism for Melvin to stick with Rogers after going single walk. Now he's still preserving a 4-1 lead. He's got a 1.8 ERA. He's your closer. I mean, you give Rogers another batter there, right? It was Jace Peterson who ended up tripling. I mean, the closer should get that 4th batter, even if he goes single walk or single hit by pitch. What do you think?
Yeah, well, I mean, he's been doing great all year. It's one of those situations where, like, who else are you going to go to?
Charisma.
Taylor Rogers has earned the opportunity to try to finish that game off, and to just, I mean, it just was a complete shit show by him. I mean, epic collapse tonight. But I'm, for not seeing 1 second of it and watching the stupid basketball game, just knowing what happened at the end of the game there. I mean, it's going to happen, but
yeah,
it's.
Here's the deal, because, and it's fine. I mean, you had Warriors. I can't watch every pitch of every game. I mean, we're going to miss pitches of games. Let me say this, and I think there's a lot of viewers that feel the way Sky does. I'll stick with, I know it's crazy. I watched it too, Sky, and I know he had no feel. And I've seen that play out a couple of times this year. He survived it once where there was like a fly out to like deep left field to end a game. It was ridiculous. Everyone thought the ball was gone. I forget who that was against when he threw a straight fastball, and that's how a game ended. I just think you got to be thinking about 162 if you're Bob Melvin. And if you pull your closer with the bases loaded and a 4-1 lead, you've opened up competition for the closer spot. Now, maybe that's happened because of the Peterson triple. I don't think it's happened yet. He's going to get the next save opportunity. But you see what I'm saying? If you pull your closer with a 4-1 lead, I think you're creating a situation where it's going to be even harder for your closer to recover from that. Does that make sense? Like, he's your closer. The whole point is to get to the ninth inning with a lead. Bob Melvin's job at that point should be done. He should not be worried about holding on to that lead. And now if Rogers can't do it, Rogers can't do it. But that's Rogers' job. Melvin's job was to get the team into that spot with a lead in the ninth, go to Rogers, win it there or lose it there. So I just feel as if you got to also think about, if you pull Rogers there, what are you saying about Rogers? And I get it. Rogers hasn't been very good, but you got to be thinking about Rogers' confidence. You don't have another closer, like we talked about. If it's Crismatt or Suarez or Garcia, they've all been effective at times. They really have. But this bullpen has not been great. And if you don't have Rogers as your closer, I don't feel overly confident about the next guy as the Padres closer.
No, I'm with you. But at the same time, like, he's earned the right to try to get out of that, I feel like.
I think so. I think up until this point he had.
And maybe you're right. You should have gone to Crismatt sooner. Like, okay, guys, Rogers does not have it tonight. Like, it's just one of the situations.
And he didn't. I agree with. I see the comments in the chat. I don't disagree with that. He didn't have it.
No, didn't have it. So,
but there are guys that don't have it that can somehow wiggle out of it. I mean, bases loaded there, double play ball, strikeout, pop up. I mean, it's possible.
Like you said, when his slider's not on, it's tough.
That's a problem
for him to be dominant. And it's crazy. Like, after tonight, his ERA is like 3.34.
Right. And he allowed what?
3.27.
And that's with 4 runs in 0 innings.
He is a two-pitch guy. And that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I see these comments. I mean, listen, you know me. I mean, I'm going to offer my opinion. And my opinion here is that, believe me, I'd rather win than lose too. Single, hit by pitch. I get it. I mean, you can yank him there, and maybe you win the game, or maybe you yank him there and you still lose the game. You know, so there's that. But there's also, okay, so we can have that conversation, and I think that's probably the most important conversation of the night. We can also have the conversation. You've seen the play, Jim, the Grisham ball where he gets kind of swallowed by the outfield. Like, he gets too close to the outfield wall. He didn't, for whatever reason, really have a great play on it. I thought initially, I don't know if you got a poor read on it or he wasn't quick to it. You have to watch this thing over and over and over again. He is not a dead sprint right away. He's played the Milwaukee
angle
outfield.
He took. The angle he took was not good, and it bounced off the wall weird. And you're like, shit, this is
so why? So that's my question. Like, if you're Grisham, are you trying to make a play on the ball and catch it, or at what point do you realize you can't catch it because he's not racing towards that thing like he's going to catch it? And he gets way too close to the wall, and then he cost his team 2 bases there. Probably
it almost should have been a situation where, like, shit, I'm not catching this ball. I better play it off the wall here. And if he was jogging towards an area or sprinting towards an area that, like, I agree that I don't know what he was doing there, but at the same time, you know, I'm not going to blame Trent Grisham for this loss.
No, either am I. But I mean, as we break it down, which is what we do, it's a confluence of events. I would put it first on Rogers, obviously. I didn't think Grisham played the ball particularly well. He's familiar with Milwaukee's outfield. He played in it as a big leaguer. So I don't know what he was doing. First of all, and the other thing is he shaded to left center field against a left-handed batter with a left-handed pitcher on the mound. The whole thing was bizarre to me. It was not played well. And then eventually they ended up going to Crismatt, and then McCutchen singles and the game's over. But yes, I understand the argument that they went to Crismatt too late. Of course, I understand that argument. But I also can make a very easy case. I didn't hear Melvin postgame. By the way, Bally Sports didn't play it. I think he was heated postgame. I see some of the comments here in the chat. I don't even know if he spoke to the media postgame. I think he's required to. Has anyone seen the quotes from Bob Melvin postgame on what happened in that 9th inning? Whether it was Rogers, Grisham, Crismatt, sticking with Rogers. I mean, I really would love to hear from Bob Melvin. And now for the first time all year, Jim, we've talked about this. It's like, how's the team going to deal with adversity? There was none in the first 50 games of the year because they were winning 2 out of every 3 games. They were among the best teams in baseball. Now they've lost 4 straight for the first time this year. They have Corbin Burns tomorrow. A lot of fans are saying, hey, it feels like 2021. Like, that's a 2021 loss. What just happened there is a 2021 second half loss.
Yeah.
Now what happens? Now, how does this team react to it as opposed to last year's team react to it?
This is the first time this year where they have faced some true adversity. And we talked about this like last Friday. We're like, hey, how are they going to navigate through adversity in the year? How are they going to navigate through 3, 4, 5 game losing streaks? I don't see this team losing 9 in a row. Like every team loses 9 in a row. Like, no, buddy, that not every team loses 9 in a row that's supposedly good with the pitching staff that they have. So 3, 4, 5 games in a row. Yeah, that's going to happen in a season. And this is the first time this year that they're truly dealing with adversity. And this is where the Bob Melvin factor comes into play. And so yeah, I think I'm not worried about Rogers. I'm not. Tonight, I like, has he been as dominant as he was in the first month of the season? No. But I do think tonight was a one-off.
Is it a one-off, though? Because there was that homer against the Pirates and his inability to throw this slider for strikes. And I mean, I am worried. I'm not overly worried, but I'm a little worried. Chat, worried or not worried in the chat about Taylor Rogers? Just type that in. Worried or not worried? We'll get to Cam's Super Chat in a moment. We'll get to all your supers. If you want to hit us up, great way to support the channel. We do want to remind you that Mark Nimitz is the title sponsor of the Wrap-Up Show. We're unable to do this channel without Mark's support, without our viewer support, without your Super Chats. We really do appreciate it. Mark Nimitz at Farmers Insurance. Auto, home, renters, life, earthquake insurance. He's in the chat right now. Hit him up. If you have Padres questions, we'll talk to you about the Padres. If you have insurance questions, he'll talk to you about your insurance, and he won't just talk to you about your insurance. He will save you money. I promise you that. He will save you $750 or more on your insurance. He will save you money if you ever have an insurance claim through him. He's got great service and communication. He makes the process simple. I'm going through a claim right now with Mark, and he has literally made the process super simple. So if you have any insurance needs, auto, home, renters, life, earthquake insurance, whatever it is, here's his website. There's a link down below. You can get a quote online. You can get all of his information online. Mark Nimitz at Farmers Insurance, the title sponsor of the Wrap-Up Show.
All his information is above my head. mnimitz at farmersagent.com. That's mnimitz at farmersagent.com. When you reach out to him, let him know that John and Jim from the Wrap-Up Show sent you. A lot of people in the chat saying they're worried. They're 30-21.
Hold on, Jim. Don't sound like non-Jim right now.
Fine. You know what? You want me to blow?
No, they're worried about Rogers. They're not.
You want me to burn this fucker down right now?
No, hold on. No,
I
don't want you to delete the channel. Okay? No, hear me out for a second. The question was worried or not worried about Rogers, not about the team. You're right. They are 30-21. But worried or not worried about Rogers. That's a whole other conversation about the team. Let's start with the super from Cam, who is a loyal viewer. Thank you for the supers. Greatly appreciated. Thank you, Cam. Says, sup, fellas. Heartbreaker, man, and we needed this win. Let's see if Melvin can keep the ship stable and hopefully help is coming soon. I mean, there's some very big help coming. Now, I don't think he would have been pitching in the 9th inning. I don't know if Tatis was pitching there in that spot, but help's coming. I mean, whether it's pitching like Morejon, Baez, Castillo, or Tatis, help is coming, but it's not going to help him tomorrow night with Corbin Burns on the mound, unfortunately. You know, and this thing was in the bag, Jim. 4-1 in the 9th, your closer. You should always win.
Always, especially with how well Taylor Rogers has been this year.
Agreed.
Tomorrow you got Musgrove on their mound. I don't care who's pitching for the Brewers. I don't care if it's fucking Cy Young. Like, you got to figure out a way to win that game tomorrow. End of story. You have your ace on the mound against their ace.
Yeah,
I'll take my chances. Go beat him. Enough of this. Like, no, I'm not. There's no more excuses for. And I don't like. It's an tired excuse to hear. Well, their other pitcher's really good. Like, cool. Guess what? Joe Musgrove's one of the best pitchers in baseball too. So,
good point.
Do you see the Brewers fans crying about that? Like, no. So tomorrow, go out there, win a fucking ball game, stop this losing streak. You have your ace on the mound, and end of story. That's it. Done.
Can we get a clap lineup? Can we get a clap emoji from the chat for Jason with this very generous super?
Jason,
we love you too, Jason.
Thank you,
this
Jason.
Is great. Thank you. How about this? This is the slump busting super. So he's proposing slump busters via super chats. He thinks the super chat will break the losing streak tomorrow. If that's the case, Jason, we're giving you credit. If the Padres win tomorrow night and beat Corbin Burns in Milwaukee, Jason is the reason why. What do you think of that, Jim? And what do you think of that, chat?
Look, if the Warriors win Sunday and the Padres end up winning the series, win 3 in a row, it will be all because of Jason. I will literally just like, Jason, I'll give you money. I'll give you the money back.
You're getting the $20 back if the Warriors win the series and the Padres beat Corbin Burns.
Right. Isn't it also ironic that Jace Peterson is the one that hit that?
Well, absolutely. Is it ironic that like anyone on Milwaukee does anything against San Diego?
Right.
Jason, thank you. Very generous. A slump busting super. That's kind of a first.
We'll take it. We'll take any type of slump. We'll take any type of slump busters around it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. We'll take any type of slump busters over here.
Dude. You're not kidding.
I mean,
I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but you can. Let's get to thank you again, Jason. That's awesome. Thank you guys for the supers tonight. If you're just getting into the chat, subscribe. We have year-round content for Padres fans. That's why we're here. Airborne Figgy, our loyal viewer with this super. Thank you, Airborne Figgy. He says, do we end the Alcantara experiment? 1. 2, does Azócar get more starts? 3, Mazara had a good first outing. Yeah, I agree with you on Mazara. Does Azócar make that play in center tonight? I have no idea. Probably not. Maybe
it's not about the play, though. Like, I can't blame.
No, I know.
Like,
but it was a poorly played ball, right? In the end, to get sucked in like that. But he didn't call. I'm with you. It's not bigger than Rodgers.
No.
Alcantara had a sack fly in the 8th inning. He had like a zillion opportunities in this game. The bases were loaded. He had 2 on at one point. It kind of sucked that he was batting 9th and like he batted with men on base all night long. Now he did have that sack fly in the 8th inning to give him some insurance. I don't know. It's not a good lineup. I mean, I hate to say that, but I mean, the proof's in the pudding, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, we said this today on John and Jim. I said it. I'm like, this lineup, as constructed, is not good enough, in my opinion, to win the World Series. Now, I say that you could get into the postseason, and who knows what happens. We've seen weird things happen, and maybe the pitching carries the day. But AJ Preller feels the same way I do. This lineup is not good enough to win a World Series, even with Fernando Tatis Jr. So he's got work to do, and it's June 2nd, not September 29th. But this isn't. I mean, does anyone disagree with that? Is this lineup good enough to win a World Series? Come on.
No, it's not. It's not even close to good enough to win a World Series. And if you think that, you're out of your freaking mind.
Right.
I mean, like, it's not. You have Tatis and Machado whenever Tatis gets back. Those two guys are World Series caliber players. Like, those guys can win you a World Series.
Definitely.
Alcantara, no. Azócar, no. Nola, no. At this moment in time, I mean, Eric Hosmer, whatever. Whatever. But like, no, this lineup from top to bottom is not good enough.
Yeah, you're right. It's spot on. You're right. Let's get to this super from Patman0074. Thank you, Patman. Yesterday, 30-20. Day before, 30-19, 30-18. At some point, the excuse that they have a good record is going to go away. That's true. I mean, 3 more against Milwaukee. Like you said, if they keep playing like this, they're not going to win a game in Milwaukee. And then they have the Mets for 3. Like, this can unravel quickly. That was my point 4 days ago. I'm like, you go 2-8 here. You've given back all the work you've done over the course of 2 months.
Right.
Well, they're 0-4, so to go 2-8 is pretty realistic. That's 2-4 in the next 6 games. It could be worse than that.
But isn't also look, yeah, if you go 2-8 here, like you said, you're giving up
a lot of it.
But even if they isn't this kind of where we expected them to be?
Probably, yes.
You know what I mean?
If not better.
Like, we're like, okay, just kind of stay afloat until Tatis gets back.
Mm-hmm.
And they went out to a really good start. And the entire time you're like, with this offense, how are they 30-7, 16? Like 17? Like, what?
Yep.
And then you look at it now, and if by this time next week you're 32-24, like kind of where you expected.
Yeah, that is actually a good point. I saw like the Baseball Reference, like Pythagorean record or whatever.
This team never was going to win 97 games.
And by the way, they're not even supposed to be coming into this at 30-20. Like the metrics would have told you they should be something like 26 or 27 wins. And I know people tell you, well, the bullpen's blown some leads, but yeah, this offense hasn't played well. Mm-mm. They're fortunate to be 30-21, honestly. Yeah, I say that they've blown some leads, but I think most Padres fans would have taken 30-21, to your point, out of the gates. I think they would have. Our buddy JD's third. saying that AJ Tingler Preller rubbing off on Bob Melvin, not good. So, I mean, okay, who in the chat is putting this squarely at the feet of Bob Melvin tonight? Not Taylor Rogers, not Trent Grisham, not the lack of offense early in the first 4 or 5 innings. I mean, the Padres scored 4 runs. They didn't score 40 tonight. This wasn't the greatest offensive performance ever. I didn't think Hauser was good at all. And he got through 5 innings, allowing 1 run. So, I mean, who's this on tonight? Is this on Rogers? Is this on Melvin? Is this on Preller? Is this on Grisham?
How about we put it on the players one time?
So all of them, or one of them, or who?
Like when they lose games, I feel sometimes it's like, and I definitely have done this a lot too. You've done it. Everyone does it. You're like, oh, I blame the manager. Like, oh, I blame the general manager. Oh, I blame the hitting coach. Oh, I blame the pitching coach. Guys, how about we blame the fucking players on the field that are performing and pitching and hitting and not getting it done and giving up 3-run leads in the 9th inning? Like, it's their fault. That's their fault. Melvin, you're right. Melvin put out his closer with a 3-run lead in the 9th inning.
You should be able to go. You should be able to go get changed and shower at that point.
So let's blame Bob Melvin. No.
I'm really with you, and I understand the sentiment. I get it. I mean, Rogers didn't have it, but Rogers' job is to have it. And even if he doesn't have it for 3 batters, this guy's a closer. Like, you have to be able to turn it on, knowing that he knows when he comes onto the mound, he will either win the game or lose the game. That's the mentality of a closer. No closer believes they will leave a game. No closer believes they will ever leave a game. You either win the game or you lose the game. That's the mentality of a closer. And that didn't even happen tonight, by the way, because of that triple. He left the game. At that point, the game was over. At that point, you got a 1% chance of getting to a 10th inning. All right, let's get to this super from Zoe Hernandez. Thank you, Zoe. Appreciate that. Man. Really do. Thank you guys for the supers here tonight. Great way to support this channel. We really do appreciate it. Please subscribe, by the way, if you're a Padres fan. We have year-round content for you. Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell down below. I think this is level-headed, and I'm glad you supered this. Expectation should have always been stay above 500 by the time Tatis is back and the trade deadline. We won't collapse like last year with this pitching depth. I think that's very level-headed. I think it's well said. I think it has less to do with the manager and more to do with, like Jim said, with the roster, with the players. I think that this is about this pitching depth in the rotation, and having 6 or 7 starters that provide you this type of quality, I think hopefully will prevent what happened in the second half last year. By the way, Manaea today, Jim, they waste 6 innings, 1 run. His velocity was way down. I saw Kevin Acee wrote about it. 93 in the first inning, 89 in the 5th and 6th innings for Manaea. That's a little weird to me. But another wasted quality start, Jim. How many times does that happen? 6 innings, 1 run. They don't win the game. That's bad.
Too much. And you have, and that's the thing, is like this is going to become more frustrating and more frustrating because you see that this rotation is so good and it is built like a championship level rotation from top to bottom. They have 7 legit guys. And you're like, you keep losing these games, they have quality starts. You keep losing these games when you only score a run and your pitcher gives up 2. Like, that's when it becomes so frustrating, because you're like, you see the vision from the pitching staff and you're like, you need help from other areas and they're not getting it right now.
I mean, it's interesting because we have some people saying, like Faye, who's been a loyal viewer of the channel, saying I only blame Rogers. Then you have Mark, who's the title sponsor of this channel, saying I blame Melvin for leaving Rogers in the minute he hit Caratini. You should have pulled Rogers. I mean, I think both points are valid. I think I can go either way on it. I wouldn't have been like, oh my gosh, I can't believe Melvin took him out with the bases loaded and a 4-1 lead. Although I would have been mildly surprised because he's been really good as your closer. So that means you stick with him in those spots a lot and you let him either win it, get out of it, or lose it. I mean, that's kind of the job of the closer. So I could see it either way. I will say this. I mean, the next time Rogers is on the mound, he's going to have to save the game. I mean, the last 3 outings, that hasn't happened. Pittsburgh, the 10th inning game, and tonight. So, like, the next time he's out, he's got to hold a lead. And then if he doesn't, by the way, if he does not hold the lead the next time out, then you have a closer by committee. Then I think it's opened up. I don't think they're just going to keep throwing him out there and not winning games and preserving leads in the 9th inning. That doesn't make any sense.
And why are you like, this guy's your closer and he's been brilliant for you minus tonight. And to just be like, Like, we're gonna pull you and say that we don't believe in you anymore. Like no, he's your dude. He's your guy.
Right. I mean, this is interesting from Michael. Thank you, Michael, for the super chat from Mexico. Thank you guys for the supers tonight. He says, I also think the bases got loaded so quickly that Krismat wasn't even ready to come in to face Peterson, not on Melvin. Jim is right to blame the player. I mean, that's interesting too, because typically when your closer comes on, you wouldn't have a reliever up behind him. That would be atypical. Now, single hit by pitch. I mean, maybe after the first hit by pitch, you get someone up, but I don't know, 2 batters in with a 4-1 lead. I mean, he's certainly getting a third batter. So I think that's a really interesting point, Michael. I have no idea when Chris Mack got up. I think it's an interesting point. And maybe that did play a role. And then some people say, well, why wasn't he up? Because when you have your closer on the mound, that doesn't really send off a message of confidence if you have someone up behind him a batter or two into his outing, is what I would say. So I think it's a really good point. Do you see the Warriors game?
Dude, I'm
Take 30 seconds, vent about the Warriors.
All right.
Well, honestly, because I didn't watch 1 second of the game. So in 30 seconds, what happened? Because they had a large lead in the second half that they lost.
They're up 14 with a minute left in the third quarter.
Okay, so Celtics, the final 13 minutes, they're up 14 points.
Celtics went on like a 9-0 run to start the fourth, and they hit literally every shot. And if Derek White, is that his name?
I have no idea.
Derek White and if Al Horford are going to shoot the way they shot, then the Celtics deserve to win that series.
So, okay, this was more about offensive Celtics performance than defense from the
Celtics.
They
didn't. Their defense was good in the fourth quarter, but they didn't miss a shot.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And they shot over 55% from the field, including threes.
Wow.
They made 21 threes tonight.
Holy crap.
And the Warriors dominated.
Yeah, that's not going to happen every game.
The Warriors dominated that game for 41 minutes. And the Celtics went on this crazy run the last 7 minutes of the game and stole game 1. Steph had 34, 30 something or whatever it was tonight. He had 21 in the first quarter.
Yeah, he was on pace for 84 points.
Yeah, it was the others for the Celtics, give them credit. They made the shots and they literally didn't miss. And if the Celtics don't miss any shots in the series, they're going to sweep the Warriors. It's that plain and simple.
I need to ask Jim this. Is Jim going to be okay tomorrow? Because remember, we do a fusion segment and the producer of Darren's show is a Celtics fan.
Well, he's a little, he's just.
Now they have a bet too.
That I didn't make, by the way. This is your guys' bet that you forced it on me.
No, you accepted it.
I accepted it because if I didn't accept it, it'd have been
the bet is basically that
if
the Warriors lose, then Jim has to call Jonathan Rifkin, Darren's producer, his daddy, during every update on the radio for a week straight.
Well, here's the thing though, if the Celtics win and I have to do this during an update, at least I won't mess it up. Just saying.
But okay, so we have the fusion tomorrow where Jim's not going to be thrilled. Then we have 3 hours of talking about the Padres collapse against the Brewers, another 3 hours to talk about the Warriors collapse against the Celtics. Like, this is not going to be a good.
No, because he's going to be out. He's going to like peek his head over the thing and be like,
no, but I'm saying just for me and you, we got to spend 3 hours on the Warriors loss and the Padres heartbreaking loss.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine.
That's fine. No big deal.
That's fine. It's no big deal.
Okay, Jim vented. You can vent as well. We appreciate the supers. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us here tonight. Let's get to the super from Turbo, who says, AJ still has no idea how to construct a roster. Last year, 15 second basemen. This year, 15 starting pitchers. Next year, we'll have 10 closers. I mean, it's funny. I know he's not being 100%. I get it. You're joking to some extent, but I think there's some truth in that. I mean, it's weirdly constructed. It is really bizarre that you don't have 3 outfielders. Okay, you don't have 3 starting outfielders. They've rotated through a zillion. Your back of your bullpen hasn't been good other than Taylor Rogers, or your bullpen hasn't been good other than Taylor Rogers. I mean, it's a fair point. I mean, this roster has some good, like the starting pitching, and has some bad, like the offense and the bullpen. Are you okay?
No, I'm not. I'm like borderline about to say, and I've already but say things that I probably shouldn't.
You've already said like 30 things you shouldn't say, dude. When you watch this show back, you're like, dude, I think I
don't care. I don't care, dude. I don't give a shit.
Could someone please calm Jim down?
No.
Okay, hold on. This is great. Thank you, iOS guy. This is good because I read Kevin's article before the quotes came in. So now that there are some quotes from Kevin in his in his recap. I appreciate you passing those along. If you guys see quotes from Melvin or Taylor Rogers or anyone else tonight, please put them in the chat. We really do appreciate that. So Taylor Rogers on tonight per Kevin Acey. Worst night of my career. Nothing was working. Pretty simple. After a tough series in St. Louis, team was in position to win, and I screwed it up. I respect that. I fully respect that from Taylor Rogers. Taking the accountability and blame, which is what closers should do.
Mm-hmm. But guess what? The next time they have an opportunity to close the game, I'm going right back to him.
I am too. Yeah. You're right. I definitely am. Now, am I doing it again? If he blows his next save, then he might need to work his way out of it.
I'm okay. I let it out. I'm good. I'm good now. Until the fusion tomorrow.
What does this even mean? Starfighters gym level upset as well. This chat is hilarious right now. Yeah. Thank you, Twitch viewers, by the way. Twitch.tv/wrap-up show. If you ever want to hang out with us on Twitch, Tranquilo Hijo or Eho, or however you say it.
They might wear that shirt. They're gonna wear that shirt tomorrow.
You really should, man. By the way, make sure to subscribe to our podcast.
Oh, that's a great wrap-up
show. What's that?
Sorry,
dude.
Oh, man.
All right. Well, I need you to calm down for a second. I want to remind our viewers that if you want to get healthier this year, please consider Ora, ora.organic. Link down below. Hit that Take the Quiz button. Get 30% off your very first order. This is plant-based nutritional products, all of them plant-based. I'm talking about probiotics. I take one every single day from Ora for my digestion. There's a million reasons to take a probiotic. You can take proteins, which Jim takes after watching the Warriors and the Padres. You can take pre-workout supplements through Ora. All of this is plant-based. Omega-3 oils, immunity supplements, sleep supplements, whatever it is. Great way to support this channel. Browse their site. Learn about their products. Plant-based nutrition. 30% off your very first order just by clicking that Take the Quiz button. Their co-founder, Will, is a San Diegan and a huge Padres fan. And they have an office right here in San Diego. So if you want to get healthier, if you want to support this channel, if you want to support a San Diego-based business like Mark Nimitz at Farmers Insurance, ora.organic, Jim, the link down below.
Go there right now. Everything you need to live a healthy lifestyle. Proteins, pre-workouts, the cleanest in the market, delicious flavored. Raspberry lemonade flavor is what I have. Greens, probiotics. They got it all. Go there right now. www.ora.organic. 30% off your first order. Take the quiz. You'll be good to go.
There was an entire baseball game tonight, by the way. Thank you, Michael, for saying that.
What?
Yes, please smash the like button. Please subscribe.
There was a baseball game?
There was. And, there was a lot that happened. I mean, first of all, Alfaro had a huge hit, homering. But it was a lot of the same old story, Jim. This team was 1 for 9 with men in scoring position. They left on 10. One of the big hits in this game was an Eric Hosmer 2-out double that scored Manny Machado that got him on the board. Later, the Alfaro home run. Later, a sac fly. But they were 1 for 9 with men in scoring position. They could have easily scored 5+ runs in this game, and they didn't. They settled for 4. It cost them in the end. So a lot of this, yes, we're talking about the 9th inning and the blown save, and that's where the concentration is. A lot of this is actually same old story. They struggled to score. Now, 4 runs is fine. You can win scoring 4 runs, but they did struggle to score. They struggled to come through with men in scoring position, and they left 10 men on base. This is a consistent theme with this offense of not coming through with men on base or in the clutch. That's a consistent theme right now.
The runners in scoring position is bad. The Strand Diego is not good.
Mm-hmm.
They need to get better in all areas offensively. All areas. When Manny cools down, and he kind of has, it's so hard to score runs.
It's really hard. I mean, even with a hot man. Tonight he had 2 hits, but yeah, he's hitting 346. Voit 2 hits has been really good recently. Hosmer's been terrible. Had that big double tonight that scored the first run. I did think it was a big hit in the moment. But look at this, Jim. Profar 0 for 5. Cronenworth 0 for 4. Come on, that's 1 and 2 in your lineup.
Not good. Cronenworth's been bad. Profar's been good, bad, good, bad.
Exactly.
Maybe Tatis will help Cronenworth the most because it will potentially be Tatis, Cronenworth, Machado. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Maybe. It's going to help someone. Tatis returning will help the lineup, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see a CJ Abrams insane play tonight in AAA. Did you see that during the collapse?
Dude, I just watched it. Holy
did you?
shit.
Really? Was it in center or in the infield?
Shortstop.
Okay.
It was incredible. I'm going to watch it again. Here's my reaction.
Happens?
Oh, my God. Moving back to his right. Bare hands the ball. Throws across his body, falling away. Gets the runner out at first.
Can I pull up that? Okay, so let me pull that up. I'm going to share the screen. And hold on. Pull that puppy up. Whatever.
To the left side.
Whoa, are you serious? That's impossible.
Dude, unbelievable play.
Let's watch this one more time. What? How slow is this runner?
Eric Hosmer level slow.
What?
Yeah.
That's the most ridiculous play I've ever seen.
I know.
That is crazy.
Pretty good.
That is wild.
Pretty good.
What
else you want me to yell about?
What else do you want to yell about?
Maybe I don't know. Close out on Al fucking Horford one time. Protect a 3-run lead one time.
Jeez, that's the other thing. I mean, they have a lot of leads, don't they? That they don't win those games.
How many games this year have they led late in the game?
God, that's a great question. How many games have they led 8th inning or later and lost? Yeah, I mean, a good number of them. At least 5. At least 5. I mean, you thought opening night was bad, and opening night was bad. This was worse. I mean, that was a 2-run lead. This was a 3-run lead.
This one is where you have Rodgers on the mound. The opening day loss, it was like, well, this guy's not our closer. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we are. I mean, I don't know what to say about Jake. I mean, I think he's going to have the opportunity to see himself through whatever this is. And like you said, I mean, maybe he benefits with Tatis, but I don't know what to say. He's hitting 206. I mean, and his OPS isn't good either. So it's not like he's hitting 206 with a 700 OPS. It's a 600 OPS. That's not good. And it is concerning. And I love Jake Cronenworth. I think he's a damn good player. I think he can help you win games, but he's not hitting. And that's just the truth. He's not hitting.
No, and it's I love Jake Cronenworth, but it's a problem. He's OPS is like barely over 600.
Yeah, 607. That's crazy.
And last year his OPS was well over 800. Are we going to blame the baseball?
Yeah, good point. No, not for that. No way.
And the Cronenworth track record for whatever that is here, it's not a big one. It's like he had a really good first half last year, and he was an all-star, and he had a good 2020-ish. That was 60 games. Not a big track record. I'm not saying this is who Jake Cronenworth is.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that, like, to expect Jake Cronenworth to be an all-star caliber player every single year because he made the all-star team last year, that's tough.
Right. No, you're right.
It's tough to ask.
You're right. Do you want to get your mind in a good headspace here?
I did watch Obi-Wan Michael episode 3. It was amazing. That felt good.
Dude, Jim was showing me scenes of, like, what is it even called? What were they using? Star sabers? Lightsabers,
dude. Come on, man.
He showed me lightsaber scenes and he was like, dude, look at this. I'm like, what am I looking at? Some dude's like,
you're like, huh? What is going on here? No,
right.
It was the best episode of the series so far, even though there's only been 3 episodes.
Just put a link to our podcast in the chat, by the way. If you ever miss the wrap-up show on YouTube, you can check us out on the podcast. We're on Spotify, Apple, iTunes, whatever the hell they call it now, Apple Podcasts. You can check us out on the podcast. Drake, did you text us earlier on John and Jim saying that your teams have never won a title and you were like a Padres, Chargers, Clippers, Predators fan? And then Jim was like, Nashville's a great sports town. I called him out. I'm like, how the hell do you know that?
Yeah. It's like, let me get your opinion on this. Like, when my team loses, yeah, obviously I'm upset, but it's more about like the other people like that make me more upset, like talking shit.
Okay, so you get mad at right, I got you. That's the cherry on top. It's not really about the game, it's about what's out there and like the ecosystem.
Right. It's everything surrounding the game that you're just like, dude, can you shut the hell up? You know, and you want to say something back, because then you're like, dude, I don't want to say anything back, because you're in a spot where you're just like, it's just not productive.
Oh, well, you've said a lot tonight.
I have, and I stand by everything I've said, so I don't care. Honestly, it doesn't bother me. But yeah, I think this is that aspect of the whole thing.
You know, this is really honestly interesting. I mean, obviously, we spent 0 seconds on the wrap up show talking about anything other than the Padres. Actually, we do, like Star Wars and Jim's Warriors. But, you know, think about this. There's probably a lot of people in Southern California that are Chargers, Padres, Clippers fans, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that would be a combination of a number of people in San Diego County, right? Obviously, Chargers are here for forever. Padres have been here for forever. Clippers were here. Okay, makes sense. So a lot of San Diegans probably root for the Clippers, Padres, and the Chargers for whatever that's worth. That's not a great combination. Like, that's a tough combination. Like, that's a crazy tough combination. Like, we always talk about, oh, the Cubs cursed the Billy Goat and the Red Sox had this curse. Like, no. First of all, they've all won championships. All those cities have won a zillion. You're a Cubs fan, you're a Bulls fan. But you got Padres fans that are Clippers fans. You got Padres fans that are also Chargers fans. Man, that's tough 50 years, you know? If you're a Padres, Clippers, Chargers fan and a Predators fan, right, Jim? You're a big Preds guy.
Big Nashville guy. I think Larry Joe gets it. He's like, yeah, when you lose to the Dodgers, of course you're upset, but it's about the banter from the fans afterwards that you're just like, shut the hell up. And like, look, if you can dish it out, you better be able to take it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's another thing too, is if you're going to talk shit, you shouldn't be like, okay, if someone talks shit back to me, then I'm going to be like upset about it. Like, that's the thing. I don't really talk. I don't talk shit to. Like,
you don't typically. You don't.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
It's like my brother. Like, he's my brother, or like some friends that are actually my friends. Like, but even then, we're all the same fans anyway. So it's not. I'm not like, you know, friends with a bunch of Celtics fans.
Hey, real quick for the chat, because I'm seeing people do this. Can you put in your 4 teams, or if you have 3, you know what I mean? The 4 majors. You don't have to put hockey in if you're not a hockey fan, but put in your football, basketball, baseball. Obviously, Padres, I'm assuming, everyone here in the chat. But like, look at this, Pedro. That's not a great combination.
That's a bad one.
That's a bad combo. I mean, just starting off with the Padres makes it a tough combination, obviously. Listen, there's a lot of people. I mean, again, we've given our 2 cents, by the way, on this D-Money SD. So we're not this channel doesn't follow this, that, and we've only followed the Padres, as you know. Carter, Padres, Rams, Kings, Lakers. You've got some titles there, Carter.
Mm-hmm.
Not too many titles here, Michael. You know? Yeah, I mean, I hear you. Let me run through a couple of these. Gilbert is Padres and Virginia Tech. Dude, there's tons of stuff coming in here. Thanks, guys, for sharing this. Sharks have never won, right, Jim?
Nope.
You were saying Blazers have won. That was forever ago, I want to say. So we got a lot of people that are in this combination, you know? Just running through some of these for the chat. Padres, Vikings, Wolves, and Wild, Jim.
That's a rando.
Well, that's a lot of Minnesota. The Pods.
A lot of Minnesota and the Padres.
Padres, Clippers, and free agent NFL. I think there's a lot of that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Padres and Tom Brady. Padres. By the way, do you want to see my Aztecs hat that arrived today? Remember, because my buddy, our buddy Jake, by Bitcoin Daily, told us about that company. Do you want to see this hat or not? You don't care.
I do. I really don't care, but show me.
Why don't you keep DMing people on your phone and not paying attention to the chat? I'll be right back.
Okay, cool. I'll do that. Oh boy. Oh boy. Padres, Golden Knights, San Diego State. Padres and Saints since you were a kid. Clips, Chargers, Padres. No discriminate. Padres, Chargers, Dirtbags, Badgers. All right, John. Very nice. Dude, you already got it?
What's that?
You already got it?
How about that? It came in a day. Parks and Normal. And by the way, we're going to be doing something for our viewers with Parks and Normal. We're going to have a giveaway for a Padres.
Dude.
Yeah, and first of all, look at this hat. Look at this hat, folks.
Show everybody.
Look at this hat. Okay,
take it off. Take it off. Come on.
Look at this freaking dope hat. And they got look at this. Kawhi.
Okay.
Gwyn baseball, San Diego State.
Yeah.
Freaking the Mesa.
Yeah.
Gwyn basketball.
Dude.
Marshall Falk.
Bro, is that like your favorite hat of all time?
Ever, dude. And it's unbelievable. Like the stitching on this thing is gorgeous.
Parks and Normal.
Let me put a link in the chat because this is really, I mean, you should see their Padres stuff too. And we're gonna have a giveaway for our viewers coming up very soon.
Are you gonna like be buried in that hat?
Yes. Hopefully not like tomorrow, but yeah. Hold on.
Yeah, well, just saying.
Like, by the way, Aztec calendar. You know what I'm talking about? That print that they have on their uniforms, the calendar print on the helmets.
Very nice.
Aztec calendar.
We got a super chat here, by the way.
Okay, get to that. I'm gonna find these.
I'm not quite sure what this means, Juan, but shoot on me, Jim. Like, you want me to like attack you?
Wait, what?
Like verbally?
I don't know. Reply, Juan. Thank you, Juan, for the super. Very kind super.
Faye likes that hat. That is one sexy hat, John.
Yeah, thank you, Faye.
I appreciate that. Ayo.
Isn't that dope? Isn't that dope, though? I just put the link. Hold on. I'm pulling them up. I'm pulling this up. These people are going to freak out when they see this stuff.
He's buying a shot? Shot on me, Jim? Oh, I got it. Oh.
Dude, you probably should go out after this.
I really should. Should I take a shot right now? I'm taking a shot.
Yeah, do it. Bring it over here. Bring it over here. It's getting rowdy. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight, guys. Look at this. Look at this site, which I just became aware of because of Jake, our buddy Jake, who's always doing supers in the chat. So let me find these Padres hats. Look at these Padres hats, folks. And I believe we're going to be giving one away at some point in the next week. Like, look at this Padres hat.
Tito's.
Hold on, Jim. Before you do that, are you doing it right now?
Give me the full screen. Give me the full screen.
I will, but hold on. Let me just show people this Padres hat. Look at this thing, Jim.
Go buy it.
Ooh, look at this thing. This thing's gorgeous.
Oh, Tequila.
You already took it?
No, I didn't take it.
Anyway, look at these. I mean, this thing is. Check out the site. ParksandNormal.com. Padres gear, Aztecs gear. Check out the site. Seriously, supporter of the channel as well. Did you take it?
No, hold on.
I'm excited.
So we got a little. Dude, it's freezing. Little. How you doing?
You might have to take two. Yes. You know what? Did you take it? Hold on. Pedro just brought. Hold on. Before we do that, Pedro brought up a great point. Suede bottom brim. Suede. Okay? Suede.
Well, here's to what should we toast to, John?
Okay, let's toast to. I mean, I kind of want to toast to snapping a 4-game losing streak.
How about we toast to the stupidity of sports tonight? Cheers.
So dumb. Put cheers in the chat. Cheers Jesus. In the chat. Dude, you are so soft.
You're soft.
I'm not drinking. Now, here's the thing. I think you might need one more.
No.
It's Thursday.
No.
Actually, last time you took shots, I think you were sneezing or coughing for like 2 straight days.
Right.
You remember that?
I do.
Now you can't talk, can you?
I like swallowed wrong. That's what she said. That is a good time for the show to end. Boom. On a shot. Out.
Well, hold on.
Even though we have one more super chat. I did. That was for the whole chat.
Hold on. No. You got a super, Jim.
No. I'm not.
If we get one more, how about if we get one more super?
One more super. I hate you.
Can someone do a super so Jim does a shot, please?
Ayo. I don't know.
Hold on. Carlin did his super. I mean, you need someone to match Carlin?
Dude, fine. You know what?
You could. Oh, look at this. Look at this. What's in there? Water?
No, this is tequila.
Yeah, it's a tequila bottle. Oh, look at this. Look at this, by the way. Michael has followed up. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Carlin.
Cheers. Ready?
Look at this. Dude, now the supers are rolling in.
All right, here we go.
Cam, thank you. Wow. You can thank the hangover, Cam and Michael.
Ooh,
and Carlin.
Oh, man.
How you feeling?
Not great.
On the way out, I will say this. You can pair your Parks and Normal caps with wrap-up show merch. Link in the chat.
What a dumb day. What a stupid day. What a stupid day.
It was so dumb.
It was literally, it was the dumbest day ever.
How dumb?
Probably the dumbest. Up there. It's up there.
Hold on. Dude. Big Dog makes a good point. No, you're not. For another, you don't even need another super. You're just going to do it. No, you're not. What are you doing?
Oh, God.
What are you doing?
Whoa. What's up, Faye?
What are you doing? I really want to clip that. I need a screenshot. Can someone please? We need a screenshot of Jim chugging Tito's for everything from now on. Every blown lead.
Dude.
Every Warriors loss.
Every stupid thing that happened tonight. The collapse on both sides. Ugh.
It's a good thing you don't do the morning show, Jim. Imagine at 6 a.m. You'd be like hammered.
No.
See, this is what happens.
Now this is content.
We didn't do a TikTok today, by the way.
So what?
I know. I mean, I agree with you. You click on whatever you want to click on, Jim.
We have a super chat here from Anthony. It'll be okay if the Dodgers lose again.
So what's the deal with the Dodgers right now? The Giants lost today.
Great.
I think there's only 6 teams in the National League over 500. Remember, 6 teams make the playoffs. So it's not like panic 30-21, but it's been a tough week, tough road trip. Look at this.
Yeah, I know.
I would join you, but I'm not going to.
Please don't.
Thanks, guys, for your support of this channel. Again,
Fine.
Please subscribe. Year-round Padres content for you. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell. Screenshot secured by Esteban.
Send it. Hey, Esteban.
Put that on Twitter at John Schaefer
Twitter.
at Jim Russell SD.
Yeah.
Please. Exactly. Hit the like button for us, Jim. Jill. Follow us on Twitter at John Schaefer at Jim Russell SD. Please support our partners, Mark Nimitz at Farmers Insurance. I'm sure he's a big fan of this quality content that we're producing tonight. Mark can save you $750 on your insurance. Please contact
What the hell,
Mark.
Man?
Wait, hold on. Do we have a Twitch clip? Wait, is this link to you?
Is this banned?
Or is that you doing the shots?
I don't know, dude.
Who knows?
Good night, Faye.
Support Mark. Hold on. Click the link down below for Mark Nimitz. He can save you $750 on your insurance, auto, home, renter's life, whatever it is, earthquake insurance, Ora.organic, ORA.organic, 30% off your first order. Click that. Take the quiz button. Get healthier this year. Probiotics, proteins, omega-3 oils, much more. Buy merch. Wrap-up show. There's a link down below as well. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. Hopefully the Padres can snap this losing streak against Corbin Burns. Should be easy. It's just Corbin Burns.
Easy peasy. Warriors are going to win 30 on Sunday, and the Padres are going to win 5-0 tomorrow. Jesus.
I think it is a Twitch clip. I'll check that out. Thanks, guys. Peace. It'll get better. We promise. Jim, I promise. It'll get